Yeah, 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 yeah. I could have went pro. I could have went pro as a singer. I couldn't. I am glad God didn't bless me with a voice because I'm too silly, bro. I'm too silly. It would have been bad. It would have been bad if I would have been blessed with a voice. But you know what I am blessed with? You know what I am blessed with? Motivation. Oh yeah, blessed with motivation, so I can use my voice to motivate people. I can use my voice to also break down logical things because, yeah, that's what we do. And I can use my voice to go up and down for shenanigan purposes. That being said, bro, happy Sunday. Woo woo. Woo woo. Football season officially started. NFL started. Obviously, LSU been whipping ass since last week, so we already knew that. But NFL just started, so happy Sunday to y'all. We got a logical breakdown that we're going to break down. Speaking of the NFL, really quick, they are making it so hard to watch football games, bro. You need like 12 different platforms just to watch a football game. Just saying, guys. As a consumer, you have way more power than you think you do. Way more power. Capitalism. Just saying. If y'all keep buying these goddamn platforms, they're gonna keep doing stuff to make money. I'm just saying, if we all come together, and then I believe one day we can come together and watch football on one streaming platform. It doesn't matter if you're on the East Coast. It doesn't matter if you're on the West Coast. All the games on one platform. That'd be great. But you know what? They're not going to make money off of that, which is crazy because they would make really a lot of money if they actually put everything, even in NFL Red Zone. It's not the same, but I digress. What is good, my grinders? What is good? Once again, happy Sunday to y'all. And like I said earlier, we got a logical breakdown that we're going to be breaking down. So I already took up so much of your time, and I know you want to get back to football, watching them bad boys on 12 different platforms. So let's kick this pig. All right, so like I said, we got a logical breakdown, and we're gonna see what we can do for this awesome individual. That's I'm not gonna let this go. This whole damn thing is gonna be 12 platforms. That's gonna be the running joke. But I'm just let you know right now. So this awesome individual that got some problems because he's paying for 12 different platforms just to watch a football game. He's not happy. He's not happy at all. So, when my daughter was born, I opened up a college fund for her. Every year I put something in it. Sometimes it was just 100, and sometimes it was 1,000. It wasn't easy, but I stayed committed. Awesome. Now, 17 years later, the account is sitting at just above 42,000. Great savings account, and great job not touching that bad boy so far. She is about to graduate high school, and here's the twist. The twist is, out of that 42,000, I gotta pay for 12 different platforms. Damn it! Okay, I'm sorry. So here's the twist. She told me that she doesn't want to go to college. Okay, it's gonna get juicy. I already know where this is going, and it's gonna get juicy. So that being said, she wants to travel, figure herself out, and maybe start a YouTube channel. She says college isn't necessarily for her. She's always respectful, but she's firm. Okay? Now I'm sitting here looking at the account thinking, do I let her access the money and possibly go years of discipline and planning? Or do I redirect that money into something that she could benefit the whole family, real estate, investments, even retirement? Great point. Great questions. She knows about the fun. Sorry. She knows about the fun, but I never promised her the fun. She knows about the fun, but I never promised her the fun. But I also never said I would hold it back if she didn't follow the plan. Okay, you kind of do that. So, what do we do? What do we do? What would you do for a Klondike bar? You know what? I wouldn't pay for goddamn 12 platforms if I had a Klondike bar. I guarantee you that much. Okay, running joke, guys, but let's be serious here. All right, for the next 7 minutes or so, I will be serious. All right, so you have a father, right? The father has been grinding. He's been saving up money. I've told you guys this before. Once you get to the point where you can save money and you're constantly saving, that opens up a lot of doors. So unselfishly, which is a great man, he puts all that money into an account. And now that money is grown up to $42,000. Now, he has this money for his daughter, and he wants to make sure that he uses it for a college fund. Okay? Yes. Now, she says that she doesn't want to go to college, and he's trying to figure out what to do with that fund. Interesting as hell. Interesting as hell. And before we even get into that, just for this purposes, all this is just advice. This is not a right or wrong situation, sir. And please don't be coming for me, because this is a loaded thing. This is something that me and you would have to, like, no joke, talk about. But I'm going to try to keep it in general. But at the end of the day, this is just advice. Now, let's be honest. College isn't for everybody. College isn't for everybody. But just because she doesn't want to go to college, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't give her access to that fund. Because ultimately, sir, you made that fund for her. Now, here we go. Because she's not going to college, that's the caveat. Because she's not going to college, you can definitely limit that fund. Okay? Now, you go on and say, obviously she's about to graduate high school. And you say she wants to travel, figure herself out, maybe start a YouTube channel. Okay, cool. She can do all of that with a job. She can do all that with a job. Now, depending on what her YouTube channel is going to be doing, you can invest into her YouTube channel. So in other words, you can start giving her allowance out of that $42,000 and start going from there. But at the end of the day, you should understand, I don't want to use the word should. As a parent, it's one of those things, like, where this is going. This is short-lived dreams. So no, you shouldn't give her full access to that account. But at the end of the day, it would be great for you to support her in whatever she's doing. Now, traveling, trying to figure herself out, that stuff is literally, that's like it's so atypical on these movies and stuff like that. I just want to take a break. I want to travel. I want to do this. With what money, goddamn? With what goddamn money? See what I'm saying? Like, no. But I would say, sir, that I'm not gonna say it's too late, but it's a little bit too late. She already about to graduate. But y'all should have a conversation about what she really want to do with her life. She's looking at the short-term goals. She's looking at, I just did, all this schooling. I don't really want to go back to school, which is perfectly fine. Most people don't. Perfectly fine. But then after you get all this stuff out your system, after you go travel, after you figure yourself out, now what, daughter of mine? Now what? So like I said, sir, you need to actually sit down and talk with your daughter and figure out what the next step is. And whatever that next step is, that is what you invest in. So in other words, let's just say she decides to go to trade school. Invest in the trade school. So it doesn't necessarily have to be college. See what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be college. Let's just say she wants to start a business. Invest into her business. But once again, $42,000 is a lot of money to be given to a 17, 18-year-old. See what I'm saying? Because if you really do it, if you really break this thing down, if she was going to college, Dad, you wouldn't just give her $42,000. That $42,000 would literally go to the school, and most of that wouldn't go to the school. and you know, in all in one increment. And like, you know, you would make payments from that 42,000. So do the same thing with whatever she chooses to do. From father to father, I would probably say, depending on what she do, depending on how concrete her plan is, you should just, you know what I'm saying, make that allowance just a little bit smaller. Once again, if she goes to trade school, she wants to go be an electrician. You already know how much that's going to cost. Let's go ahead and pay for that. Let's go buy her tools. Let's do this. Let's do this. She wants to go open up a business. Depending on what kind of business it is, you give her a little bit of something like that. But if she only wants to do a YouTube channel, buy her a camera. Buy her a camera, buy her software, because now you are actually showing interest in what she wants to do. But also, like I said, you have to have that conversation of being like, hey, bro, everybody don't make it on YouTube. Everybody don't make it on YouTube. See what I'm saying? Look at your boy. 56 subscribers on YouTube. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. 56. Love y'all so much. But everybody don't make it on YouTube, bro. Everybody don't make it on YouTube. So you have to let her know, hey, honey bun. Hey, go out there, follow your dreams. But at the end of the day, this is the reality of life. This is not just me trying to tell you some stuff just because I'm your awesome dad. So that's what I would do. I would, like I said, get together, find out what she actually wants to do, and start giving her a small allowance from that money. Because once again, that money was gonna go to her anyway. Well, to her future anyway. So invest in her future. But just make sure you put some stipulations on that 42,000. Hey, if you go and travel the world, madam, I'm only gonna give you X amount of dollars. Go get that shit out your system and then let me know how it goes. But when you get back, you're not going to be doing this. You're not going to be traveling the world until you're 22, sweetheart. That's just not how this stuff works. But if you want to do something serious, we can talk about that. Cool. And, you know, just for, you know, instructional purposes, just make sure you got a little bit of interest on that 42,000. Make sure that bad boy is in the right account. You know what I'm talking about? You know, and that's why I said, like, this is only advice. But you can turn that 42 into a lot more money if it's in the right account. That's all I'm gonna say. But guys, I hope that helps. If you have a daughter, son, somebody like mine are teenagers. Oh man, bro, mine are teenagers and mine are back to back. I'm talking about like 1 year after another. Right now, I have a junior. Right now, I have a sophomore. Right now, I have a freshman. Back to back. But I sat down a long time ago and be like, hey babes, hey guys, let's figure it out. You know what I mean? You don't have 4 years to figure the thing out. Figure it out. And now all of them have a path. So now start giving them increments. You see what I'm saying? Same increments that you're giving to the NFL because they got football on 12 different platforms. That's the last one because I gotta go. If you guys, for real, if you need a logical breakdown, if you got some stuff that's on your mind, you know what I mean? You just want to slap the personality of your daughter. You want to slap her, not her, but the personality. Like, hey, this is your work ethic. Slap. I need you to do better. Write your boy an email. Don't slap the personality of your daughter, obviously. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. But send your boy an email. We're going to give you a logical breakdown, unbiased, as we always do. And then we're going to break that bad boy down. You feel me? All right. So that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go watch some football on one of those platforms because I only pay for one. And whatever game comes on that one, you feel me? You ain't about to get no $400. $400. I got kids. You better pay attention. Y'all have a great day, bro. You grind, you prosper. Cheer!